Hey, Tony T.C. Coleman, drummer knows.
That's what I'm talking about.
Subscribe, like, and share on all platforms.
Hey, everybody. This is Tony T.C. Coleman with Drummer Knows Best. My drummer knows best. All things are good. Unlimited conversation. And today I'm so excited and happy, man. I'm all giddy because I love this guy. He is so good. And his name is Narada Michael Walden. So there, make some noise for Narada Michael Walden.
Oh, thank you so much, TC. TC, so happy to be on your show today, TC. So happy to be here with you, man.
Thank you, man. Narada, your background, man. Will you please, when you go to the universe, if you go by Saturn, could you make a quick left about 2,000 years?
Yeah, actually, I can. I can travel around pretty fast, man. Pretty fast.
That represents you good, because you do the whole universe, Narada. Narada, you've done rock, pop, reggae, blues, jazz, funk, rocking everything, man. Country, classical. Before we go into all of that, I just want to know, what makes you feel like doing all of that, man?
My drive and love of music. Where I come from is Kalamazoo, Michigan, where we're at everything, you know, from Patty Page, Old Cape Cod, to Johnny Mathis, Chances Are.
Yeah.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Yeah.
And of course, James Brown coming on strong with Please, Please,
Good
Please.
God.
And then Cold Sweat changed everything.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the jazz department of Nina Simone, live at Town Hall, I Loves You, Porgy, and Summertime, those records. And then, of course, my dad bought me the Buddy Rich Goes Against Max Roach versus those type albums. So, I mean, we heard every kind of music in Michigan, country music, as you say.
Right.
And of course, then the European invasion, coming in, inspired through Motown, which was only like an hour away. And then Chicago on the other side, on another hour away where my dad came from, Chicago. The music of Curtis Mayfield, Five Stair Steps.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Major Lance, and the music of your dad and all that. You know what I mean? So we're just seeped in music in the Midwest more than people realize, I think. And also, I think the seasons of snow where you can't go outside. The snow's so hot, well, you really can't do much outside. So you're really and you can study and listen and play along and learn and listen. So it's really important, my life with music and my family, God bless them, always have the good music going.
Yes.
The good music going so that it could seep inside me. Horace Silver with a young Louis Hayes out of Detroit on Senior.
Exactly.
And they would say, this guy's, he's only 18 years old. Louis Hayes. I said, oh my God, So I try to imitate that. Then when Stevie Wonder came out with Fingertips, well, Stevie Wonder's a better drummer than you are. I said, no, he's not. Oh, and he's blind.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's right.
Oh, God,
Check this out, Narada, since you mentioned that about Stevie on drums.
Yeah.
So we were at UCLA, and Kenny Burrell was playing with B.B. King. We played together, and so everybody said, hey, look up on the side. It was Stevie, right? Yes. So the bass player was like, Tony, look. I said, what, man? I'm concentrating on Kenny Burrell and Stevie. What is it? Stevie who? Oh, Stevie. So Stevie came out, brought that big old giant harmonica. What do you call that one?
Yeah, the chromatic.
Chromatic one, the big one.
Yeah.
So BB said, Stevie, what do you want to do? He said, let's do a shuffle. I like shuffles.
Yeah.
So after we did the shuffle, and then after we got done playing, Stevie said, yeah, that was a pretty good shuffle, Tony. But I can shuffle better than you. I said, man, you can't shuffle better than me. He said, BB, talk to him, B. I'm going to take his money. I said, let's have a contest. And BB said, Stevie Wonders is a genius. Stevie Wonders.
Yeah, right.
He made it sound like he was 4 or 5 different people, which he is.
Yes.
But he's amazing on drums. And you are an amazing pianist, man. How did you go? Did you learn piano and then drums, or was it drums and then piano?
Always drums first in my life. Drums first as far as just hitting things in a pie tin and a box and watching it spin and playing along and tapping. And then my grandfather had a piano, so I'd start playing that piano, with my Uncle Travis And then there would be a kid named Joel Brooks. He'd be about 10 years old when I was 11. He played great piano and organ. I could learn from him how to walk the bass lines like Jimmy Smith. You know what I mean? And you mentioned Kenny Burrell. Kenny Burrell takes one of the most death-defying guitar solos on an album called The Sermon by Jimmy Smith.
You told me about that. I checked it out too. The Sermon. That's bad.
With Art Blakey on drums playing rock and roll backbeat on jazz. That was E equals MC squared to me, that you could put a backbeat in jazz and it felt perfect.
Yes. Yes. I got to work with Mr. Blakey, and we had a concert in Europe in '85, a tour in Europe, and it was Miles Davis, B.B. King, and Mr. Art Blakey. So when I got there, they didn't have my drum equipment. And so Mr. Blakey said, "You can play my drums. You're fine. Just play my drums. Don't worry about it." And he got the bass drum, the head on the front, and no hole in it. So it's kind of mellow, and it rings a little bit. Boing, 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 boing.
Yeah.
So I had to play the shuffle, and it was going boing, 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 boing. And BB said, "Tony Coleman," after the show, he said, "Tony Coleman, what was wrong with those drums, man? They were ringing all over the place. What's wrong? You don't know how to tune those things?" And Art said, "They're my drums, BB. I hear you in there. Leave him alone. You a BB King. He ought to be able to bring his own drums. You BB King. You could bring an elephant on tour if you want to." But so he told me, he said, I watched you play. You did really well. Then you noticed me watching you, and you started trying to show off, and you sounded terrible. Never play for another musician. Play for the person you work for and the people. You understand?"
Oh, wow, he busted you. Oh my
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
You know, Nard, I saw him. That's like if you would have came up there, I would have been like,
Hey man, how did it work out when Stevie Wonder said he could beat you on the shuffle? What happened? Did he
he never did it. And he kept saying, "Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, I'll show you. You think you can play better than me?" I said, "Yeah, Stevie, leave me alone. I don't want to take your money." He goes, "You ain't good. BB, will you give me his check now? Because if we do it, I'm taking all his money."
Okay. So he never actually played it.
No, we didn't do it. We didn't go back out there and do it.
Okay.
But every time he see me, he would mention, well, every time we're together, he'd feel me. He say that. "Yeah, I still play a shuffle better than you."
Okay. You know who had a badass shuffle too? That was like hypnotizing. I didn't see it live. I heard it on record from the Woodstock, the Paul Butterfield Blues Band.
Oh yeah. That drummer was oh my God, I'm so embarrassed I forget his name.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot his name. But he was from Chicago.
Yeah,
I'll think
Chicago
of it
cats, man. Chicago.
Yeah, yeah, he shuffled like a train, man.
Yeah.
You got to shuffle too. I saw you on the president at the White House with the president back there.
Oh.
Showing out.
Yeah. I love it.
And what did BB tell you?
BB said, "Don't hold back."
That's right.
Don't hold back.
That's right.
And also he said to me, "I saw you on the Piers Morgan show speaking about Whitney." He said, "I really liked what you said." So that was really nice. And then when I met him a little earlier downstairs, he was in his little room downstairs in the White House called the Red Room. I walked in there with my mother, and he and my mother were like magnets. And they sat there and just talked. And it was like a love affair. And I asked BB, I said, "Well, how many times have you played in the White House?" He said, "More than I can even count, 40 or 40, more than that, for all different presidents."
That's right.
He was very familiar with being in that Red Room.
Yes.
And and he loved being there with my mom.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say something about that. You should separate him from your mom, because BB, he all right now. BB had 14 chilling, man.
Yeah. Let me grab some and see if I can show you.
Yeah, cool.
Will this work on that camera?
Yeah, I see it. We can see it.
Okay. That's BB and my mom.
Try again. Position it a little more. Back the other way, right? Back, up.
Now it's
No,
gone.
down, right there. Stop. I can see him between the little glare. That little light. That's BB had turned on his love light. That's what happened.
Yeah. It's great
You,
timing.
you almost became Narada Michael Walden King.
Yeah, that'd be all right. That'd be all right. Yeah. As a matter of fact, BB did date her sister, or wanted to get date her sister, Vicky. He called her out too. And she's gorgeous. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So Buddy Miles was another shuffling guy, man. Did you ever work with Buddy?
Okay. Well, now you're getting reverential. Buddy Miles was great at everything.
Yeah,
and this album really, there are 3 pivotal albums in my life when I had a moment to just live in Pasadena at my Uncle Art's house to practice up, because I had nowhere to go in LA beside Uncle Philip out in Compton area, but I couldn't play drums there very much. So I found my other cousin out in Pasadena. He said, come live with me. And I did. I cleaned his house. I could practice Mahavishnu Orchestra album, Billy Cobham, The Universal Consciousness of Alice Coltrane with Jack DeJohnette. Yeah. And then I had enough money to buy the double album, live album of Buddy Miles.
That album's on fire.
With Charlie Carper on guitar. He was 16 years old. But everything Buddy played and sang was it.
And thank you. You gave me something that I cherish. You gave me the album of Them Changes.
I gave you what? Say again?
The Them Changes album.
You didn't have it before?
No, I didn't have that anywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere. And then when I came and we did our session together, you gave that to me as a gift along with your record.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you might have had it already, but okay. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Now you got me worried. Did I steal it?
No. That has the great Neil Young Down by the River version on it.
Yes.
Wow, man. And all the nice harmonies that Buddy got into. You know, Buddy loved harmony. And Buddy was a Virgo. He would say, well, you know, horns. How many horns you got? What, you know, he wanted to know the exact, you know, person and horn size and all these things that he was so fastidious about.
Yeah. So so Karen Carpenter, all my singing drummers, Karen Carpenter was one of my favorite, man. Yeah, and she could play, right, Narada?
Yeah, she really did. And there's a great clip on YouTube of her doing dancing in the streets, playing a drum solo.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And Levon Helm.
Yes, that's right. Very natural.
When I was growing up, I those were the singing drummers that I was like, anytime I see a singing drummer, it's like, oh man. Then the next singing drummer that I knew, I didn't know he was a singing drummer. He was playing with like McLaughlin. He was doing all these famous things. Narada Michael Walden.
Yes,
You were all stretched out.
Yes,
and you and Billy Cobham, you were like, and then I said, I dig Narada Michael Walden. And then all of a sudden it was, I should have loved you. I should have loved you. And I said, they're going to be singing now. And you just recut it, I see.
Yes, that's right. You mentioned Billy Cobham. What you see behind me, all these planets. You know, he ruled all these planets. He could just fly from planet to planet to planet. I'd never seen anything like him. And on a night in Hartford, Connecticut in '73, him and Vishnu went out there together. And it was so devastating, Tony. To this day, it was just so devastating that I had to go to the lip of the stage and look up in Mahavishnu's eyes to make sure what was happening. Was it memorized? It was so tight, or no? His eyes are back in his head, and his bullets flying out of the amplifier, just so long, and so together with him and Billy, just going at it. I realized that's what I want to do in my life.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to do that.
All these years, I talked to Billy. I've said hello. I don't particularly have a relationship with him, but every, at NAMM and stuff, I've spoken to him. I've never seen him play live,
Oh, I see. Okay.
But
Yeah.
but when he had Stratus, and
Mhm.
and then he made that roll. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, sir. You can have these sticks.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just incredible, man.
Yeah. He brought to jazz rock fusion that
Yeah.
that street funk element. I mean, you love Tony Williams, and of course, Tony
Yeah.
had all the majesty in the world.
You must have hung with Tony. He lives out there where you were, right?
No, no, no. I didn't meet Tony till my later life when
Really?
I produced my first album for Don Cherry. Then I was able to hire Tony Williams at Jimi Hendrix Studio to come play drums with Lenny White and a few others. That's when I
Oh,
first
okay.
really hung out with Tony Williams. But I was saying that Billy brought that street funk I really love so much with Mahavishnu. That's what really I think caught a lot of our ears.
Yes.
Caught us, man.
So with all the different people you work with, I know you work with Jaco Pastorius, my Florida homeboy from Florida, Jaco.
I did, yeah.
What was that? I mean, I know us as drummers, we connect with the bass player. Man, that must have been fun connecting with Jaco, man.
Jaco, I was told through my best friend, his name is Stan Samoli. Stan played great guitar. He was a teacher at the university. And at the university would be like, Hiram Bullock and Cliff Carter and Patti Scialfa, who went on to marry Bruce Springsteen, and Pat Metheny and his band in those little rooms down there in the cubby holes. But down the street, Stan said, there's a bass player. He's not going to the school here, but you got to check him out down the street. And his name is Jaco Pastorius. I said, oh, okay. We went down the street, and sure enough, he was that white boy playing that funk and dancing around, carrying on kind of crazy. And then I met him, and then he said, well, let's jam together. So I think the next day I went to his apartment. He had a drum set and a bass in his apartment. And we played for hours, and his whole thing would be like, I would hold 4/4, and he'd play 7/4 against me. And then we'd switch. I would play 7/4, he'd play 4/4 against me. That's what he enjoyed doing. So, yeah. So that's how we really became friends.
Right. It's unfortunate how he passed and stuff, in our business. There's so many negative things that can approach you. People can approach you with a lot of negative stuff, and sometimes without knowing, a lot of people are over there on that side. And our business offers a lot of negative stuff. You have to be really strong to resist it. I've been lucky. You've been lucky. You always been healthy, man. I never heard anybody say, man, I saw Narada Michael Walden, man. He was like, toe up, man, from the flow up. I've always seen you always been healthy. You always look fresh like you do now, man. What are you doing to make that happen?
Oh, that's so sweet of you. No, I made a decision when I saw John McLaughlin. That was the way to go, because he had found the new way of just having meditation, prayer, and loving God in the music, so that you didn't need to do drugs or drink those things that would take us out of here. Because I had gone down the road, you think you're smoking a joint, but actually it's angel dust. And then the next thing you know, you're on the ground. So I knew that I wouldn't live very long. And I didn't want to be like my heroes of Jimi. Hendrix was the man. And when he died, he had a big stake in our heart. We couldn't believe he was gone. So I'm saying to you, when I saw Mahavishnu, he gave me the new way of meditation, prayer, and his guru, Sri Chinmoy. All that world saved me. So because I wanted to live a long life, which I'm living. And that's why you are. That's why I'm really grateful to Mahavishnu and
not to get into your personal life, but your family are so beautiful. I love them so much, man. Look, and your daughters, man. You are such a great dad, man. And they're so talented, man. I'm a retire and be their manager.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I'm really grateful that I was able to find a way where I could live. That's what I'm trying to say, man. A lot of musicians, you're right, it's tough out here. And there's so many great ones all along the way in Blue Rock, Illinois, and all over the place, these fantastic people. And I used to pray, how am I ever going to make it? How am I ever going to make it? That was my daily prayer.
We always talk with you about your music career, but I just want to shift tracks a minute, hit the switcher and track over to. I appreciate you because you're so zen and so spiritual, and we need more of that. And thank you. You inspire me. I'm still a hard nut to crack. I'm trying to be more zenful, but I'm still like, I want to crack somebody upside the head, and then I think about what would Narada do. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I was like, well, Narada Michael Walden, Tony, be zen, be peaceful. So thank you for that, man.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, man. I'm going to talk about all these great artists you work with, but what you are doing, man, is so important. We need that, you know, we need more love, man, and more respect of each other, you know, and try to understand and communicate with people and pull them in without fighting, you know. We can just communicate and just, there's another way. You don't have to be that way. And I'm learning that from you, man.
Oh, look, Tony, that's so sweet. Tony, well, you were passed the great torch from BB King and all the things you've done in your blues world. You've seen it firsthand. I mean, you told me that great story about you with BB and went to some place that you didn't think was so cool, and BB had to illumine you. No, this is our people. Tell that story, Tony. Tell that story.
Well, here's what happened. So I'm 70 years old now. I just turned 70 August 12th. So I'm a fire spirit line. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm the line, and it's a thin line between being ambitious and confident and being considered arrogant. Okay. So I've always been like real confident. I'm ready to go. Man, I'm good. I can play. But so when BB ran into a situation down south where like the racial kind of stuff, my youngness really got angry about it. And BB was like, let me talk to you, son. You know, son, if it's two people getting into an argument and somebody called the police, there's a guy down here attacking a guy, and the police officers see two people going at it, they're going to go, well, which one is it? And then you both go to jail. So if you just calm down and let that person act up and act a fool, and you just be calm, and when they show up, they'll know it's that guy, not you. So, son, sometimes you have to just let people do what they're going to do and feel like a duck. Just let it roll off your back, son. You don't have to absorb everything. And you just have to just let them be, and you be a better person about how you handle that. Because in the long run, it's not going to be a good thing. So you be above all of that. You know, basically, BB grew up, you know, how they grew up down south and with all the racial stuff. But he always rose above it. Basically, Narada, he just always taught me just calm down, son. Calm down. Watch your tempo. Talking about my temper. He called it my tempo. Watch your tempo, Coleman. And then like all of my friends and people who care about me, who were like that, including you, I think about it. Oh yeah, just calm down. So over the years, I still got the fire, but I'm just not ready to burn people with it. You know?
Right. Now, what's the other story I like too, Tony? About there's a nightclub that kind of shabby or
that story. I'm sorry.
Yeah, tell me that one. Tell me that one too.
Okay. So every year, Narada, every year, BB would tell his management in June, because in July we go to Europe every July. You know, with the concert time over there in Europe. Right. And so, but every 2 weeks in June, the end of June, BB said, tell his management, that's my time. And he would take the band down south in Mississippi and play for the poor people who live out in the middle of the Delta that can't afford tickets, that lives in shacks. And their club would be like a barn turned into a club, old juke joint, raggedy building. And we have to drive the bus up and have to dress on the bus because it's 4 hours from the nearest city. So we go there and we go inside, and I look at this place and I go, wow, this is messed up, man. I saw a rat or something. What's in the corner? Is that a spider? What the hell? You know, grass growing through the stage. Damn, this place is all jacked up. And I got everybody laughing, and BB's sitting there in the front of the bus hearing me, and everybody's laughing because I like to make people laugh. You know, I'm the entertainer. So then the tour manager said, okay, showtime, let's go. And as everybody's walking off the bus, BB's sitting in the front. He said, Tony Coleman. He called me Tony Coleman, like 3 names. Tony Coleman, sit down, son, for a moment. Yes, sir. I hear you making fun of this place. You think it's funny? I said, yeah, it's funny. And he said, well, you know, I play here because these people, I play for free, but you guys get paid, you know, because these people can't afford to see us. We play for presidents, kings, and queens. You've been around the world with me, son. Don't you think these people deserve to see us? I said, yeah. Well, you know, when you make fun of them, it really hurts me because I am them. This is where I'm from. And when you make fun of them, you're making fun of me, son, and it hurts. You know, when I was growing up down here, I couldn't look the white man in the face because I could get shot or beat up or, you know, and it really hurts, you know. Then I went up north to play the blues and they booed me because I was playing my music. It made me feel black twice. And I wish you wouldn't do that. I know I like you to love what we do. It's black music. Is our gift to the world, son. I know you like to do the other stuff, but if you don't want to do it, you can just sit on the bus. We'll figure it out, son. But I wish you wouldn't do that, Tony Coleman. And like I'm telling this story now, I'm about to cry, man. Every time I tell this story. And that changed me. That changed me. So I decided, man, I'm gonna try to be the best blues drummer, play the blues better than anybody. I practice, you know, it just inspired me. It hurt me that I hurt him, you know. And that was BB
I
King.
love that story. I love that story because that is the real story of love. That BB wanted to go back home and bring love to his real people where it came from and bring you with him, but yet wanted you to be loving in that situation. He wanted you to feel why he was there. He wanted to explain to you the importance of it. It's from there the music came from in the first place.
Right.
So that he tried to break it down that you have more love in your heart for him and for them. That was a blessing beyond all blessings.
And once again, Narada, he could have been like angry and yelling at me, you know, but he didn't. He just told me calmly, and so I could listen.
Yeah.
And it got to me. It gets to me when every time I think about it. That's why I try to be the best I can to represent our African American, Black American culture called the blues, you know, because BB always he was very insecure. He wanted to make sure he was pleasant and doing the best job he could do. He never not try to please the audience. He always was about pleasing the audience.
Okay, I got a story.
Yeah.
Here's my story told to me by Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana will be a young man, maybe just in the last part of high school, you know, in high school, like, or, you know what I mean? A young Carlos Santana, washing dishes to make a little extra money.
Okay.
And BB King came through San Francisco and to the black club or some club where it was cool, but it wasn't a big deal. But Carlos knew it was BB King, who all the people who really know idolize BB King.
Right.
And, you know, as he is, genius. So Carlos told the story that BB came back around again to San Francisco, but this time he came to a different environment where the hippie community was there. You know what I mean? Like the white kids who now tuned into BB King. And Carlos tells it that when BB walked on the stage, those white kids stood up and made such an ovation for BB that BB began to cry. and BB wanted to cover his face so he wouldn't be embarrassed by his tears. And Carlos tells it that he had a ring that said BB in diamonds. So he's crying.
Yeah, I remember that ring.
But the BB in diamonds is sparkling from the spotlights. And Carlos said that moment alone convinced him what he was going to do for the rest of his life.
Wow.
Quit washing dishes.
Yeah.
His whole life to playing his guitar by what he saw BB King go.
Yeah, man, because I'm sure, like BB said, people didn't really appreciate him or show him appreciation because he was a blues man. I'm sure that did that to him because those people showed him so much love and respect, And Carlos, I know Carlos loved BB. When we toured together, man, BB always talk about how great Carlos was, and that's amazing how music can affect the world like that. And I try to be like that with my music. I know I'm like BB and Carlos and yourself, who's trying to give to the people to make them, to lift them up, and make sure that they don't be sad, And you have to do that with love. You can't be angry and play music good. You can't. You got to be happy.
I want to say to you something else. There was a radio station. I lived in Plano, Michigan. Plano is about 10 miles north of Kalamazoo, out in the country, like farm country, all white community. And out there, I would help my dad do janitorial jobs, vacuum the floors, clean the bathrooms, empty out the ashtrays. There was a lawyer's building down there. I cleaned out all the time. So there'll be a radio station on Friday night. Is it WVON or what? Some station from Nashville, Tennessee.
WLAC.
And that would be the only way that we could hear the Gut Bucket Blues.
Yes.
The only station that played O.B. Wright.
That's right.
You never hear otherwise. Will be on that kind of station coming up from the South on the radio.
That's right.
Would be, percolating to my ears to be able to hear the real blues.
Yes.
It's funny the way I was raised. It's a mixture of feelings I get. I get sad feelings because of almost embarrassment of like what had to happen to the Black people in our country.
Yes.
They had to suffer so much slavery and all that and little girls getting bombed in churches and everything that was just so terrible.
Right.
I mean, so you'd hear that in that music.
Oh yeah.
And then you also have a love for like how sincere it all was. So on one hand, I might be kind of embarrassed by the whole thing at that time. But on the other hand, I'd be like learning great education from that music that was so pure.
That's right, Narada Michael Walden.
I'm trying to explain to you.
I know Narada Michael Walden.
Yeah.
You know what? The blues. This is the way I feel about it. I say, people said, "Man, don't you think the blues is sad? I lost this, I lost that, I said, no, the blues is the antidote to the blues. Right. I say it's like if you were in the jungle in Africa and a black mambo snake bit you, you need black mambo venom to cure you.
Yeah.
So if you got the blues and I'm singing about what you got the blues, it'll make you release feeling so bad about it, and it'll help you heal from it.
Yeah.
It'll lift you up.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what you're feeling. I've been there, and you're gonna be all right. It's always you're gonna be all right. Just it's gonna make you stronger.
Yeah.
But that's at first, man. When I was playing the blues, I didn't like the blues. And my dad, King Coleman, he was the inventor of the mashed potatoes dance with James Brown.
Well, that was huge. The mashed potatoes is huge. But
yeah.
Who broke it out was a girl, Jackie somebody, or who had that big hit, the mashed potatoes?
I can't remember the name, but I know he was a dancer, and he and James Brown made a hit. And the record company didn't want James Brown to do it because he said, you don't need another dance record. And James Brown said, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna get King Coleman to sing with my band. And the drummer was the band leader, Nathan, I can't think of his name, but they did it and it became a hit. You could hear James Brown in the background. Hey, mashed potato, yeah, mashed potato, you know. And then it became a hit and they go, James, you did it anyway, but it's a hit. I told you it's gonna be a hit.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
But all of that stuff, man, I didn't like the blues, but then being with BB and Bobby Blue Bland and playing with Albert King and working with Etta James and all of them, I began to love the blues because I wanted to be like Narada Michael Walden. I still love you. I still love you. but how do you go from being a artist and all of a sudden now, man, you have produced some of the greatest people in the world. I mean, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, working with Shaka Khan, working with Barbara Streisand, working with, man, give me that recipe. How you do that, man?
It's God's grace.
Yeah.
I'm a hard worker.
You are.
I'm a hard worker, but they say it's God's grace.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Truly. Just talking to you right now, this is God's grace.
Yes, yes.
Of being able to be, we're in our early 70s, you're 70, and be able to have lived and to seen these things we've seen that only, it's so rare that we were the ones to hear Little Richard and Ray Charles in their prime, You know what I'm saying? Hendrix, prime. The Beatles coming out, you know, Smokey Robinson, all that, Little Stevie Wonder in his prime. I mean, that we're so blessed to be able to say we've lived that. So I'm turned on, man. I'm turned on by
Me too, Narada. You know, people, I'm turned on by knowing Narada Michael Walden. They say, TC, you act like you a fanboy. I am a fan. I love everybody. I'm a fan, man. Right. Are you kidding me? I don't take it for granted that I'm with one of the most talented cats I've met in my lifetime. I'd be excited, man. It excites me. It inspires me to want to be that.
Yes.
But I know the first time we met, and we're gonna talk about it, we were both it was an airline called Northwest Airlines in Detroit, Michigan. And I go to baggage claim, and you had came in from the Bay Area to Detroit, and I had came in from like Orlando to Detroit to play with BB. And when I walked down the baggage claim, I see this guy was looking for his bags around the carousel. I said, that's Narada Michael Walden. And I walked up to you. He said, hey, Narada, I'm Tony Coleman. He said, hey, man, BB King, yeah. And he said, I'm in town to produce Aretha Franklin.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And it was kind of winter time, I remember. And then at that time, I was living in Seattle, and you told me, hey, man, when you get to Seattle, man, look up a guitar player. He told me that he sounds just like Jimi Hendrix. Check him out, man. You need to play with that guy. But you told me that. I just can't remember. But I had met Janie Hendrix, and you had worked with Janie doing the Jimi Hendrix thing, Janie Hendrix and the family. But that's when we first met. And I've been Nardarized, Michael Waldenized ever since.
That's a beautiful story.
But what was it like working with Aretha?
Beautiful, extremely. It could be intimidating at first because I didn't really know her beside a phone call. But when I went to go meet her, you know, bring the first records of Who's Me Who and Until You Say You Love Me in the studio with her, when you look in her eyes, it's like BB. You see the fire of the genius. And I let her know right away in my eyes that I was not there to fight with her. I was there to bring love, respect, and some beautiful music. And when she felt that was sincere from me, then it was like the music would come on and be like, best of friends. What you want to eat? You want a hamburger? You want some fried chicken? You know, and then she go out there and warm up and sing the song through down the octave 4 times. You know, like whatever song, you sing it real low, like a man's octave, real low. And then she would say, okay, now it's time to record. Let's record it. Then you hit the record button, and now you hear what Aretha Franklin would do first take, like a damn hit record. It'd be all memorized, what she was going to do every bit of it. And you do a couple takes like that, and to her, she almost be done because she was used to like only doing a couple takes to make a hit record.
Just nailed it, huh?
Yeah, but now this is where I come in, because I would say I knew that I wanted her to be #1 pop. Not only R&B or whatever, but pop around the world. Everybody. So I was really concerned that the first verse wouldn't be too R&B, to turn off the pop ears.
But
So,
would she be okay? I mean, she didn't be like, no, Narada, don't tell me how to do this.
right, the way it would be was, you know, she was very sweet with me because I wasn't trying to fight, and she would say, "Okay, I'll give you one more take, and we'll call that the straight reading."
Okay.
Straight reading, what's that? She goes, I go back in, I sing it one more time for you, a little closer to the melody. I said, oh, okay. So she would do that. And she would go back in and she would sing it where you really couldn't tell that much different, but to her, she was singing more just the melody. And it would give you another track to have to play with and comp with later. And inevitably, when I come back to my studio to put it all together, the one that I would have thought might have been too R&B, I couldn't not put it on the record because it was just so devastating.
Which one was it?
It'd be like even on Who's Zooming Who or Freeway of Love. Those first verse, she would just be so much soul on it that you couldn't just ignore it.
Right.
So she knew what she was doing. But I'm telling you one thing, I would go out there on the music stand and say, maybe we're gonna make a change of a lyric or something. There'd be no lyric there. It was all memorized.
You remember the whole lyric, all the lyrics?
Even down to like, take a left on Better Than Ever Street. All that stuff would just be made up in her brain.
Wow.
That's when I realized how professional she is and was. And another thing as a tidbit, you said you saw me in the snow in Detroit. I might go in the hotel. She wanted to know where you're gonna stay. The Poncha,
right.
Stay at the Pontchartrain or stay at the new man. She want to tell you where to stay. So you go, you're staying there, then you call the next day to meet at the studio, and she say, look out your window. What do you see? I said, oh, it's snowing. Now you know I don't drive in that snow. Day one. Day two, look out your window. Yeah, it's still snowing. You know I don't drive in. That could be days.
Yeah.
Days of you just hanging in the hotel.
Right.
But when she did show up, it wasn't snowing no more.
She was ready.
Just kill you.
Wow.
Just kill you.
Did she give you, when you were there, Narada, to watch this happening, it must have felt kind of surreal. Did it give you chills? Do you have a certain kind of feeling when you know it's right?
Yeah, every time I hear her. But in particular, the first time, there was a song I brought to her called, two songs, Who's Zooming Who, and another one called Until You Say You Love Me. And the reason that one really hit my heart, it's a ballad that I had cut with the instrumentation sound of Prince, Purple Rain, The Beautiful Ones, where it's very like machine sounding. You know, I would take the drums and slow them down and make them sound very unusual. You know what I mean? The guitar work and the keyboard would be very unusual to sound contemporary at that time, like Purple Rain influenced.
Right.
And to hear her pure voice on top of that, that juxtaposition was like awesome.
So did you, let me ask you this, Narada. Did you, when you get back and do the mix, was it ever a time when you were like, man, I'm going to have to put some automation on her voice to make it better?
Well, no, it wouldn't be auto. Well, okay.
What do you call it when it's flat or something? Did you ever have to do?
Yeah. I do it for everybody. Way back then, we had a device. I forget what it's called now, but only rarely would I ever have to use it.
Right.
Because I wanted records that would live forever. I'm really conscious of making records that are going to be timeless.
Yes.
So I felt like something could be a little bit better if I just tune it slightly. I would always do that for everybody. Whitney, everybody. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
I always.
So one more question about Aretha.
The best record. The best record.
All right, Narada. Don't make me come from behind this microphone.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's what Aretha would be saying to you. It's one song that I like, the video, you're playing drums on the video, is called Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee.
Oh, I play drums on Freeway of Love. Did I play on Jimmy Lee too?
Yeah, on the video. I saw you on the video that's out. It's on, and I like that one. That's a good song. Okay. It seemed like did you help write that song?
Yes, myself, my wife at the time, Lisa Walden, Jeffrey Cohen
So,
and Preston Glass and Preston
so let me
Glass.
see if I'm thinking right now. When I heard that song, I said, I bet you Narada Michael Walden got to write it because it reminded me of Motown, but it reminded me of
Very much.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
Jimmy, oh, Jimmy Mac, when are you coming? Did you think of
Yes.
that
Oh
as an
yeah.
inspiration?
I like taking for Aretha something old, something new. That
Yes.
mixture is like hard to beat. So that's what's happening. Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah. Of
Ta-da!
course. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
man, she was, and when she passed away, man, I see the video of you. It was like uh, 80 Cadillacs or something, or
A
pink Cadillac,
hundred. A
a
hundred.
hundred pink Cadillacs,
A
man.
hundred pink Cadillacs. Yeah.
Ow, woo, boy, that's powerful to want to honor her that way with 100 pink
And
Cadillacs.
Tony, no one said anything about it. I was in the church, for the services and all that, and even the rehearsals, and outside would be all these cars, but no one even made a mention of it. In other words, if
Are you
you
kidding?
didn't see them for yourself, you wouldn't have known it. No one said,
Man,
thank so for bringing out 100
yeah,
Cadillacs. No, it was never mentioned. It was like,
man, that was amazing. I was like,
I
you
know.
were you were standing there and you was going, look at all these Cadillacs. I'm like, what is that? 10 Cadillacs? 100 Cadillacs? God dang, pink Cadillacs.
Yeah. And
They
Ralph
must,
Armstrong, my great bass player, was with me. He saw it. And then, we
yeah, that must have
talked.
looked like amazing to see that, man.
It was amazing.
When you but
I, I want to say one more thing. I went the night before the actual funeral, the night before when I landed in
mhm.
town to go down to the church. They had a viewing of her, but it was so packed, people from blocks and blocks and blocks and
Yes.
miles in Detroit to line up to come and see her that I couldn't even get into even to view her. But what I'm going to tell you is this: how we think of Muhammad Ali as the people's boxing champ?
Yes. Mhm.
She was the people's champion in this music world. I
Heck
mean,
yeah.
these people, they were so poor and just so, fresh out of the ghetto. That's where they lived. But
Yes.
they loved her. And they lined up for blocks and blocks
Wow.
to come and see their queen.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, and there was a song playing called Mary, Don't You Weep,
Oh yeah.
playing of her as they were standing in these lines.
Oh
And
man.
it was chilling, just chilling to see these people, these real people. No, not all highfalutin, the
Yeah. Yeah.
real people lining up for miles to see their queen with Mary,
Mhm.
Don't You Weep playing in the background. Oh, it was, and
Wow, man.
all of them were
That
like,
was
oh, yeah. And then there that the pink Cadillacs right there in the front of the place too.
yeah.
As her symbol.
Yes, yeah. And you got an old Cadillac too. I saw you in. You got an old Cadillac.
I did. I bought it from my uncle, honey. I bought
Yeah,
him.
that's what you told me, your
Yeah,
uncle.
I did. And then I kept it after he died. I kept it out here for a long time. I
It's
decided,
still all original.
yes. And then what I did was he has a beautiful daughter named Cameo. So I had it sent back to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where she was living for her. So that's a gift to her from her dad to
Okay.
me, to her dad.
Yeah, yeah,
So she's taking care of it and
yeah.
restoring it and keeping it fresh and all that. And it's got a hell of a stereo in it. I got a subwoofer in the back trunk, so it sounds when you play Chuck Berry or Little Richard or Fast Domino or
Yeah.
Many a Tear Has to Fall. Do 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 do.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, you can really hear, how
So
beautiful
so so
those
but
records are, man.
so let's see. I'm gonna steal that hat. And next time I come to Tarpon, I'm gonna say, hey, Dara, let me go watch the caddy. Then I'm gonna drive back up to Oregon.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Can you
So
believe
now
this is my high school hat? High school.
that
That's
was your
1966, 67,
so let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You have some spats to go with that, I bet.
The one I got a baton and the boots and all that. That's a different hat. That's a high drum major hat. And I
Right,
had
right.
all the white feathers with PHS from Plano High School. And I
Yeah.
had to go to a camp to learn how to be a drum major. Very, very,
Oh, okay.
very, very serious.
Now I want to go over to the one that when she came out, man. I'm saving all my love.
Hmm.
I'm saving all my. Oh, everybody know I can't do it, but I'm just saying. When you heard her, man, What was that like? How did that happen for you to work with her?
Well, at first, to be honest, I turned it down because I was right in the middle of.
You turned it down?
Yeah, Jerry Griffith called and said, you got to work with Whitney Houston.
Let me get a switch. What are you talking about? You turned it down, man.
Yeah, because I was focused on making a hit for Aretha, as you can imagine. And then they called at the same time, say, you got to produce a song or do something for Whitney Houston. I said, no, I can't do that right now. Oh, no. And Jerry convinced me, no, you got to be on this great new album we're putting together for her, for Arista. You got to be on it. You know, he just kept working on me. And he said, we have a song idea, but he needs some help. I said, well, send me the song. And it was the chorus of How Will I Know. And then I said, okay, I'll take a day and just smash some verses with it. Right.
So time out, 1 second. So you're working with Aretha, and then you get this call about Whitney?
Yes, from Jerry Griffith, who was the one who actually brought Whitney to club. He's an executive.
And you had no idea who Whitney Houston was?
Well, I gotta say one thing. Jerry says to me, she's Sissy Houston's daughter.
Yeah, right.
In my mind, I think back. My first solo album is Garden of Love Light in 1976, co-produced by Tommy Dowd. Tommy said, on your title track, I want Sissy Houston and her singers to sing on the song. I go, okay. And then in they came, and they were killers.
Sweet inspirations, right?
Yes. And in the corner sat this 11-year-old girl named Whitney Houston. So I did meet Whitney when she was 11.
Okay.
I had to think back in my mind because Jerry was saying, no, this is Sissy's daughter. All the hot shots.
Yeah.
Cutting How Will I Know, got a demo, Kitty Beethoven, demo out, sent it to Whitney. In New York.
From Manny's music store back.
Okay. She walked in looking so beautiful. A 19-year-old Whitney, 19 years old now. 19, fresh.
Yeah.
Fire. Like moving electricity. And she goes on the microphone and sings what you hear on How Will I Know? Like bam, 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 bam. I'm like, now I know what's going on. Now I know why they're so excited.
Right.
You're rail thin, gorgeous like a model. You're a model, but you sound like you're like mighty, like 200 pounds. You know, you just power and control. From your head voice to your chest voice to the throat voice, all these things are just like moving like you're a master. And then I said, well, damn, let's just add a little harmony here, let's add a little thing here, and we finished it. And on the playback, when she came back in the control room to sit next to me and look at me as we were playing on the speaker loud, How I Know, she's looking at me like, this, Tony. Can you hear that? Are you checking that voice out? Can you hear that? Damn. I've never been around someone like this before. Who was just so, like Ali, confident in the sound that's coming out of their body. That's when I knew, some shit's about to hit the fan, man. That's what I knew, man.
Hey, man.
That's what I knew.
So that must have been like blew your mind, man, because you were thinking, well, I ain't got time right now. I'm focused on Aretha right now. And then when you see that must have blew your mind, man.
It did. Both those projects, Aretha and Whitney, both were mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And not to even mention, I did a song with both of them together. But that was tough. Because Aretha came in character like Robert De Niro. Like, you know, you ain't gonna have my man.
Right.
Already in character. Like, where is she? Oh, where is she? You mean Whitney? She's on the floor down here. So Aretha looked down. You're Miss Houston. Because she was in character. You ain't gonna have my man. And little Whitney's like, Auntie Riri. You know what I mean? It was like, the juxtaposition was like incredible.
Right.
Wow, man. Wow.
So that went straight up to the charts, didn't it?
Yeah. It was a good record. It wasn't as big as other ones, but it was a good. Yeah.
What about once again, I like the way you take old classic songs and make them different but good, just as the quality is just as good. Like you took Shaka Khan's "I'm Every Woman,"
Yes.
it's all in me. Then you had a different groove
Yes.
on Whitney that was
Yes.
just as good, but that vibe seemed like it was a little more brighter.
Yeah. You know, it was Whitney's idea. Whitney was
Oh, it
making,
was.
yeah, she was making The Bodyguard. And
Right.
yeah, she was making The Bodyguard. And she called me and said, I want to have a song, I'm Every Woman in The Bodyguard. I want you to produce it. I said, sure. So then I had to really put my hat on, you know, what kind of club track to put in it to make it like really like a smash for the times. And we
Yeah.
just, you know, we just put our heart on it. And then when I went to go produce her vocal in LA, she came in the studio. Now she's 7 months pregnant.
Yeah, I saw that video. She was
Bobby in
pregnant.
her belly.
Mm-hmm.
And she just sang so incredible, making sure she kept saying, Am I as tight as Shaka? No, she loves Shaka. Am I singing as good as Shaka?
She was intimidated by Shaka a
Are the
little bit.
harmonies as tight as Shaka? You know.
She was a little bit intimidated by Shaka.
Oh yes, as is the whole world.
Yeah, Shaka's badass, man.
Guess who then knocks on the door and walks in the session? Guess who walks in and sits on the couch?
Shaka.
No, Natalie Cole. Natalie.
Dang.
Yeah, I know. She came in and I'm like, damn, Natalie Cole. And she comes, now she's watching little Bobby bounce around in Whitney's tummy and she's singing the song at full blast. Full blast, you know. Just incredible to watch that kind of thing come down.
Wow.
And then we won Album of the Year, the Bodyguard Album of the Year.
Yeah.
Big deal. Here we are all on the stage together. David Foster, Babyface, you know, his people,
Yeah.
me. You know, we all had to say, hey,
So
congratulations.
So how was it? How was it? I mean, I'm just curious. I don't want to be too nosy, but would Aretha be like, yeah, Narada, I hear you over there working with Whitney. Don't get too comfortable over there. You better get your butt back over here now.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that too much. Only time I ever saw it be like antagonistic was on that song where she was in character. And then, you know, after the session, she said, well, I'll give her a call, make sure everything's cool. And she did. And everything was great. But you know, Aretha, they take that music so serious. Whatever they're
Yeah, I know.
It affects their psyche. You know, it's not like you just sing a song. No, man. They come in, whatever the song is, they're in character.
Right. Yeah, I've seen BB like that. I've seen BB on stage and he's not feeling well. He never had laryngitis. All the years I never heard BB with laryngitis. He always got his voice, but I've seen him times like he had a flu and was feeling, you know, cold and feeling tired and showtime. And he's like, you always go in and say hello before the show, you know, and he's like over there wrapped up, you know. And, how you doing today, boss? Not doing too good today, Cole, man. We'll make it happen. Are you sure, man? You might. Maybe we should cancel this. Oh, we're gonna be fine, son. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. BB King. Sign autographs all night for 2.5 hours of everybody he can. Then meet and greet. Hi, talk to people. Blah blah blah. All right, thank you. Get on the bus. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Like just come outside of your body, you know.
That's right. That's right. That's the power of the spirit. The power of the spirit is mighty. That's the God inside of us. The part that will live forever. Even though our bodies die, that spirit's still living strong. You know, in heaven with God and whatever's happening. And that spirit can just light us up. That's the power of the music.
Yes. And also I like the young lady. I think her name is Shanice.
Yes, very much. Shanice.
Man, how you come up with a melody like that can't get out of nobody's head, Narada Michael Walden?
That was a gift from God. Shanice and I were together, and she gave me like 7 titles. that were on her mind. I Love Your Smile being one of those titles. And just that title alone, just God gave me that melody. It just kind of hit me. Just looking at Shanice's face, looking at her, the melody came right there.
Yeah.
And to the point, those chord changes, I don't even know how to play them to this day. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, people, be quiet for a minute, Narada Michael Walden. I'm getting ready to brag about you. So shut up. Don't say nothing. So Narada Michael Walden, I called Narada. I said, Narada, I got a song, man. I don't have anybody, man, helping me out with this thing, man. And we had just done the interview, the modern drummer interview, and the spirit say, call Narada Michael Walden. So I called you, and I had this song, and I had wrote it. We want to live in a world without war. We want, and you said, yeah, okay, TC. I said, I don't have any music to it. I just got the words. We want to live, with all this, and blah, 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 blah. You said, well, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. So I said, well, you want to talk about it? No, we'll do it when we get to it. I'll see you when you come down here. And I'm thinking the whole time, man, Narda, man, you ain't even talk about no music or nothing, man. What the hell, man? Dang, I know you're Narada Michael Walden, but right now I'm totally worried about Michael Walden. He ain't gonna have nothing ready. Then when I came down, you get on the keyboard, we want to live. Folks, I'm telling you, this man's a genius. I'm telling you. We read the words, we talked about the lyrics, and you said, okay. And I watched you try different things, and then we hit the thing. You said, yeah, this is it right here. You're a genius, man. Can you just like rub some of it on me a little bit?
You're funny, man. Tony, you got all the love in the world. All the love in the world you got, Tony. Everything you want, God's given you.
Yeah.
Your shuffle, your feel, your excitement, exuberance, helping BB all those years.
Yeah, man.
On your great podcast. I'm so proud you have your podcast now.
Yeah.
You got everything. Man. Just keep it up. Just keep going. That's all you gotta do. Just keep going.
And I'm celebrating. We're celebrating this year, all of us. This is the 100th year anniversary of his birthday, and September 16th will be his 100th year of his birthday. So I'm celebrating, and because I saw him a few weeks before he passed in his hospice situation, and he when I came in the room, like his cold, he was like real kind of weak talking. Then when he saw me, Narda, it's like somebody took the fader and brightened the room. And he said, "Hey, Tony Coleman," and he was really frail, and he was close to passing over, And he said, "How you doing, son? You look like you're doing all right. I can see you ain't missed no meals." Then he said, and he had Lucille, his guitars was in his room. I said, "Hey, boss, Lucille, you need to pick her up and say, let's go to work." He goes, Lucille, she don't need to see me. So she's all right. And he said, "Tony Coleman, I want you to do something for me, son. Don't let him forget me, okay?" I said, "No, I will never let him forget you." And I took that to heart, personal, man. So I know people say they will never forget him, but I'm gonna make sure that y'all remember him. You know what I mean? And so this year is his 100th anniversary of his birthday, and so I noticed you and I was talking. I got some other things I want to share with you, and I know you're so busy, man. Let's talk about your projects right now. I know you got your new record out.
I want to acknowledge what you just said about keeping BB's legacy. That's beautiful. And I saw recently on Instagram or TikTok a young lady playing guitar and singing. The Thrill Is Gone.
Yeah, I seen that.
Saw that?
Yeah, I'd like to meet her if you're out there. I want to meet you.
Fine, let's find her and let's
we need to record her.
Yeah, bring up those new generation kids.
Exactly, and we got some new, fresh, young talent coming up. I particularly like it when it's a young Black kid doing the culture. Kingfish, he's great, and we got
awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. I want you to
right.
bring him over here. Bring him here.
Yeah,
Bring that girl here.
yeah,
Bring
yeah.
everybody that you love. Let's make an album to honor BB King.
Right, right. I'm going to see him on the Blues Cruise, and I'm doing a little BB King tribute on the Blues Cruise,
Okay.
and he's going to sit in. I'll talk to him. And there's another young man named DK Harrell I want to introduce you to. Check him out on.
Okay.
He's amazing. He's such a nice guy. I think I called you when we were recording over in San Jose at studio there. But it's so good, so refreshing to see young, especially young black kids, to embrace the blues and to keep it thriving, and it's really exciting. It makes me happy
And
because I remember.
this morning I was listening to Jimi Hendrix,
Oh, did you?
Spanish Castle Magic, off the Axis Bowl is Love, and the whole entrance of that, how he took electronic guitars so far out there.
Do, 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 no, 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 do, 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 do. Did you ever see him play live?
No,
No.
no, never live. But
Man, he was something
I
else,
know all
wasn't
the,
he?
yeah. But there again, he loved BB, learned from that world. And he always
Yeah.
talked about BB and Elmo James and that ilk of people that inspired him, you know.
Yeah, I
Very,
knew. I played with a guitarist that was his friend named Johnny Jones out of Nashville. Played with Bobby Blue Bland together. He said, "Yeah, man, I used to show Jimmy some blues chords, and he said I'd show him. Jimmy would be like real inquisitive, come watch me play, and then I show it to him. He go, oh, thank you. He said, but then he take it out of space, like where you are right now.
yeah,
He said
sure.
he take it, and it was like, wow, man, he made it like strong,
Isn't that the guy that played backing to him in Woodstock?
Oh no, that was I think his name was Larry Leaks or something.
Aha, right, right,
Yeah,
right, right,
yeah.
right.
That guy played with Al Green for years.
Okay, okay.
He was badass too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but but Jimmy paid attention and listened and studied and talked to those people. He would. BB said, and Buddy Guy told me Buddy Guy was playing. He said, "Guy said, hey man, Jimmy's here." He said, "Who? Jimmy? I don't know no damn Jimmy. I'm trying to get close to one of these little Woodstock girls. What you talking about?" So he said he heard him play and went, "Wow, man, that dude can play." Cause he was doing everything, and he asked Buddy if he could, record it, and Buddy said, "Yeah, go ahead." And he did the same thing with BB. He said, "Mr. King, could I sit in with you? I'd like to record." And BB said, "I never got it." And I remember him telling Janie Hendrix, we were talking about it, and he said, "Janie, if you find some of those tapes, see if you can find the one me and him did."
Okay, that'd be great.
He's, he said, I haven't heard it. So Janie, we got to get Janie to find that.
Okay, okay, remind me, because I'm on to a
Yeah.
guy named Henry Brown. You know Henry Brown.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah.
Henry's part of the family. So
Yes. Yeah.
he can help find it. And he also
Right.
has Buddy Miles' last album. He made, well, there's,
Oh, man.
I actually have one of the last things Buddy sang in my vault, but Henry's also got an album with Buddies. So we got to
Yeah.
contact
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I'll do that. I got his number. I'll give him a call. But I
So you
got to tell
asked,
you.
sorry, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Hmm? No, go ahead.
Well, you asked, no, finish out and then I'll wrap it up. Go ahead, finish up.
All right. I know you got to go. But I'm just thinking about this funny story about Buddy Miles. So I was a Buddy Miles fanatic. I had my Buddy Miles posters everywhere. It was a head shop called the Infinite Mushroom where you get your black lights and posters and the incense. And I'm a little black kid in Florida, and I got my Jimi Hendrix outfit on. I got an afro with a headband and my bell bottoms, and I think I'm cool. And everybody in my little town say, "That boy crazy. What's wrong? Look how he dressed," right? So I'm into Buddy Miles. Now Buddy Miles is coming to Orlando with Fela Kuti, the big African band with like 32 people in it. And then he got Ginger Baker. It was a tour with Ginger Baker and then Buddy Miles where they look like they're boxing. And I go to see that show and Buddy Miles, I'm like right up front, Nara, and I see Buddy's kid back there, and then I'm right up front because I know the Buddy Miles Express. He's pushed his kid up front, and they roll the kid right up front. I'm like, oh man, Buddy, oh the kid's right there, the same one on that album cover, right? I'm all excited, Narada Michael Walden, and then he walks out and he's sitting there, boom, boom, and then he go play. Joe Tex. And I'm all so anyway, the whole show I'm doing this, Narada Michael Walden. Buddy, give me a stick. Buddy, give me a stick. And man, trying to play, I'm like, buddy, give me a stick. I'm just stupid with it, man. So then finally, buddy goes, yeah, we're gonna do a whole song by Neil Young, little down by the river. Buddy, give me a stick. Buddy say, shut the F up. And I went like this, Narada. I was like, Buddy just cussed me out, told me to shut up, and I'm his #1 fan. I didn't say nothing the rest of the show. Then when I got home, I took down my Buddy Miles posters, everything. I was mad at Buddy. Now I'm with BB King playing in San Francisco at the Fairmont Hotel on Nob Hill, and with BB at the Fairmont. We played for a week, and the bass player says, "Hey Tony, look," and Buddy Miles and Carlos Santana walks in. And they sit down right in the front. And I'm playing Narada, and I'm looking at Buddy. Hey, Buddy, look at me. He never looked at me once. He looked at everybody in the band except me. I was like, come on, Buddy, give me some love, bro. Look at me, man. And so then we finished. Carlos was backstage. I said, hey, Carlos. Carlos said, that was a great show, man. You got. I said, Carlos, forget all that. Where's Buddy? He said, well, Buddy, he wasn't supposed to be in here because he had some parole issues. He's not supposed to be where alcohol is. So I didn't get to talk to him. Then I finally get to see him in Chicago. When I played in Chicago, I went to the club called the Wise Foods, not the Wise Foods, the Kingston Mines, and Buddy was there.
Yeah.
So I told Buddy what happened, and Buddy was looking at me. I did that. I said, yeah, man, you cursed me. You said, shut the F up. He said, I did that, man. I'm sorry, man. I said, man, that was 40 years ago, man. He said, wow, I'm sorry. Did I give you any drumsticks? I said, no. So he told his drum tech guy to give me some sticks, and I got those drumsticks. And then we became good friends. We became good friends. Like you and I.
I love it. Well, I want to let you know, yes, you asked me a while back about my new album. We have a new album out called Still Yours for the Summer. It's a tribute to my mom who passed away.
Cool.
And I have Neil Sean from Journey playing a fantastic guitar solo on it. So I want you to listen to it. And I got
I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
Ice Black.
You work with Journey for a little bit on the record you produced.
Yes, I did. And I have Ice Black playing another guitar solo on a song dedicated to Mahavishnu Orchestra, who's discovered me. So I have those things. And then
you got a song by Sly and the Family Stone.
Yep. I took a hot fun summertime and flipped it around to a kind of a funky dance thing. And by the way, I'm playing this weekend on the mountain up high, it's the top of the mountain up here.
I saw it.
Concert for Sly.
That's so cool, man.
And your friend will be there, Greg Rico, the great drummer. He'll be there.
Yeah. Tell him I love him, man. Tell him hello for me.
Yep, and Taj Mahal will be there.
Taj, I talk to Taj all the time. He'll be on the cruise ship, man, together with me.
Okay.
We'll be up there doing the BB thing, man. You got to come on the cruise ship and hang, bro.
Find out, who we have to talk to and all that. Tell me, if you like it, if you think it's good for me.
Yeah, man. Because Narada Michael Walden, you got to come back. It's time for you to get back out there. I'm glad you got a new record out. It's time. We need some more Narada Michael Walden, man. What you waiting on? Okay, well, let me know. They can afford me, and my kids would like it. They wouldn't jump off the railing on the ocean somewhere. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for doing my podcast.
Yeah, I want to tell all your fans that I'm really happy you're doing this, Tony. You're a genuine cat, and you are the great spokesman for not only the blues but all music, because you're a music lover. So I'm really happy you're doing this, and I'm really honored and thrilled to be on your show. And going forward, while we're still young and sexy, let's
talk to me.
Let's keep pouring it on. Let's like BB, keep pouring it on. As long as we can, as strong as we can, and keep that fire burning.
Yeah. I'm still in that car.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Narada Michael Walden. I love you, man.
Tony, God bless you, and
give your family my best too.
Yeah, and give all your friends my love, and Kingfish, all them cats.
Yeah, man.
Tell them to come over to Tarpan Studios. Tell them I'm waiting on them.
Okay.
Waiting on them.
Okay. Peace, love, and soul.
Ooh.